How can socially conscious people like us? How can we fix our broken financial system that currently favors big banks, traditional corporations, and the super rich to a system that looks out for us average American citizens without using politicians or regulations? This is the question we ask on the Crowd Effect podcast. I am your host, Paul Lovejoy, activist investment advisor at Stakeholder Enterprise. When I was in college, I worked at a beach club during the summer. I was a swim instructor for private lessons as well as group lessons for the summer camp there. I was also the club's swim coach for the swim team. Now, at the end of one summer, I had a mother come up to me and thanked me for teaching her child how to swim. Now, I didn't know who this mother was, but I said, "Oh, you're welcome." It wasn't one of my private swim lessons, so I figured it must have been one of the kids in the summer camp. I didn't really think much of it at the time, but fast forward 12 or so years in the future, it was 2008, and I had just lost 60% of the value of my real estate investment company. And I was liquidating the remaining 40% just to kind of stay afloat and to pay for my expenses. And I went back into what something I knew and I loved, which was swimming. I once again became a swim instructor for private lessons as well as group lessons during a summer camp, and also a swim coach. Again, at the end of a summer, I had a couple of parents this time come up to me and thank me for teaching their children how to swim. Again, I didn't know who the parents were. I didn't know who their children were either. But there was a child that I taught privately, who was also in the summer camp and did the group lessons. And something struck me about that. This child during the private lessons was very afraid and didn't really want to didn't believe in themselves and didn't really trust themselves to even try some simple tasks. A lot of fear there. But during this group lesson, there was like 20 kids, and here I am explaining what to do, demonstrating the skill in the water, and I had a couple of helpers, and I didn't even pay this child any attention, uh, no specific attention, and I see her actually learning how to swim, and it kind of dawned on me that it's probably because they're in this crowd, and they're with their friends, and swimming is so much more fun when you're doing it with a big group. The swimming's so much different than being on land, especially these young kids, 5 and 6 year olds. It's you can see the enjoyment on their faces when they're playing in the water. You feel weightless, and you can do like turns around in the water, and it's a really amazing experience. And I noticed this same effect happening while helping people with investing. When I've helped people with their individual financial goals, there is a certain amount of hesitation, and there's some fear involved. And really, this was investing in traditional kind of stock market and bonds, and it's you're investing in these faceless corporations, and it just doesn't there was no emotion involved. Now, as someone who no longer advises people to invest in the stock market, but advises to become a crowd investor, it's a totally different it's a totally different experience. For example, I just recently participated in well, I'm always participating in crowd lending campaigns, but I just out of curiosity, I wanted to look at one of the loans that I'm participating in. So it was a nurse's aid from Louisiana who is asking for a $6,000 loan to consolidate her debt. And I'm contributing $25 into this individual's loan, and 239 other people are doing it as well. And when I see clients engaging in this type of crowd investing, they know that they're actually having a real effect on a actual human being, and they know that, oh, this is a nurse's aide from Louisiana who needs help consolidating their debt so they can have lower monthly payments. And it's a much different engagement process that happens. People are excited to be able to help another individual, and on top of that, the returns that this loan was at 13% a yield, which is an incredible thing to be a part as an investor. So you're helping somebody lower their monthly payments, but at the same time, you are building wealth, earning a good return, and it's so much more exciting to be engaging in this. And that's the effect with crowds. We have that. There's something about the social connection that's happening with crowd investing that's so much more different than investing in these faceless corporations. On top of that, there's a sense of accomplishment that you're actually doing something that's helping, and it's also, you get to be part of the actual financial system. You're not just kind of piggybacking off it. As a crowd investor, you're at the foundation, at the ground floor of our financial system. And so it's a very exciting thing to be a part of, not just as a crowd lender, but as an equity crowdfunder and a real estate crowdfunder as well. The whole crowd investing spectrum is just so much more different and engaging. And when you're excited and engaged in something, you're going to accomplish your goals so much faster and quicker. And these are all wonderful reasons why I am a crowd investor. My name is Paul Lovejoy. I am a crowd investor, and I see you are one too.